In this video, we are going to talk about the next set of model, which is about hierarchical task analysis. This is a type of cognitive model. Before that, let's see what is task and what is task analysis. So, we already know what is a task. It's nothing but an action which is supposed to be performed to achieve some particular goal. The task analysis is the process of analyzing the way people perform their jobs, the things they do, the things they act on, and the things they need to know. So these are the major things which a task analysis is concerned about. So to achieve that, let's see an example. Over here, we can see that in order to clean the house, we have to perform some set of tasks. Over here, we can see that we have to get the vacuum cleaner out, fix the appropriate attachments, clean the rooms. When the dust bags get full, we have to empty them and put the vacuum cleaner and tools away. So this is a goal which is supposed to be achieved, and these are the different tasks which we have listed down. So we must know about the vacuum cleaners, their attachments, the dust bags, the cupboards, the rooms, and so on. All these things are supposed to be known by us. To perform such a task, we are supposed to know about all of these basic attachments. Three different approaches to task analysis which overlap but which lay their emphasis on slightly different areas are task decomposition, knowledge-based techniques, entity or object-based analysis. These are the approaches to the task analysis. So let's see the first one, that is task decomposition. It looks at the way a task is split into subtasks, okay, over here, in which the basic operation is being performed. Knowledge-based techniques. Here, it is the one which looks at what user need to know about the objects and the action involved in a task and how the knowledge is being organized. The next one is entity relation based analysis, which is an object based approach where the emphasis is on identifying the actors and the objects, the relationships between them, and the actions they perform. A lot of different notations or techniques are also available. Task analysis is about existing system and procedures. Its main tools are those of observations in different forms. It aims at talking about the task decomposition. The task decomposition aims to describe the actions people do, the structure them within task or subtask hierarchy, describe the order of the subtask. There are different variants of it. The first one is HTA, which we are going to learn in much depth, which is the hierarchical task analysis, the most commonly used one, and a CCT, which uses lotus temporal operators. That's an example of textual HTA description. In the vacuum cleaning example, as we saw that the major task was cleaning the house. So this task was subdivided into or was decomposed into several subtasks. Get the vacuum cleaner out and so on. Okay. Now most task analysis techniques involve some form of task decomposition to express this sort of behavior. Hierarchical task analysis is a typical of such type of approach. The output of HTA are a hierarchy of tasks and subtasks and also plans describing in what order and under what conditions the subtasks are to be performed. So here we can say that we have decomposed the basic task of cleaning the house into subtasks, as we can see over here. Also, so this is one of the hierarchy which we can observe. We have also decomposed the task of cleaning the rooms into cleaning the hall, cleaning the living room, and cleaning the bedroom. Fine. Okay. So now here decomposing the subtask cleaning rooms, the indentation over here is used to denote the levels in the task hierarchy. Can you see the indentations shown over here? And the tasks are also numbered to emphasize this hierarchy. So this is at one level, at the first level, the basic task, then the next level is this one, and the sub level after that would be the 3.1 ka level, and so on. Looking first at plan 0, subtask 4, which is the subtask 4, empty the dust bag, need only be performed when the dust bag is found to be full. When is this supposed to be done? Only when we have to, when this dust bag is full, then we have to empty it. At this, as this is put in plan 0, we assume that we may empty the dust bag at any stage, including when we first get the vacuum cleaner or when we put it away. If we know that we only ever notice the bag is full when we are actively using the machine, we might choose to put the subtask 3 within 3 clean the rooms. This sort of restructuring, finding the appropriate meaningful hierarchy, is a part of process of HTA. So there are two plans which are shown over here, plan 0 and plan 3. So plan 0 says that do 1, 2, 3, 5 in that order. So plan 0 for these particular steps show do 1, 2, 3 and 5 in that order. When the dust bag gets full, do 4. Okay, that's one condition which I explained already. Plan 3 says do any of 3.1, 3.2 or 3.3 in any order depending on which rooms needs the cleaning. Okay, note that only the plans denote the order. So this is how the HCI models basically work. One could think that how we are supposed to generate the hierarchy. So we are supposed to get the list of tasks, group the task into higher level tasks, decompose the lowest level tasks further. Now also along with that, one should be able to go with the process so that he doesn't get into an infinite loop or he doesn't end indefinitely. So one applies some form of stopping rule. So there can be some form of stopping rules in order to decide when the tasks are basic enough. The level at which we do this will of course depend on the purpose of the task analysis. So in our case we would say that is empty the dust bag simple enough, or we need to think much about it. The purpose is to expand only the relevant task and the motor actions involved in this case, because it's a type of cognitive model, is lowest sensible level. So task, as we have already explained, says it talks and imagine it talks about the goals to be achieved or the actions which are used for performing a particular goal. Imagine asking the user the question, what are you doing now? For the same action, this answer may be typing something, making a word something, emphasizing a word, editing a document, or preparing a legal case. So this is a form of diagrammatic HTA analysis where we would say that we have one task of making a cup of tea. So with this, we find out that there are multiple subtasks which can be done with plan 0 and there can be plan 1 also. So plan 0 is the basic task which involves all the sub goals at the higher level. Then plan 1 is divided, which is a part of, which is itself a sub goal, is now further divided into sub goals from 1.1 to 1.4, where we have the first level as boil water, empty the pot, put the tea leaves and so on. And when we are saying we have to boil the water, we need to check, we have to fill the kettle, put the kettle on the stove till the gas is turned off. Okay, this is a diagrammatic representation of how the HTA models work. So given the initial HTA or the textual diagram, we need to check how it can be improved. It can be improved on the basis of some heuristics which talk as some set of paired actions. For example, where is turn on gas? Is it mentioned somewhere? Restructuring, generate the task, or make the pod. Balancing is pour tea, for example, simpler than making a pod, and so on. We can also generalize some set of heuristics, like instead of making 1 cup of tea, we can make more than that. So this can be redefined. The same task could be redefined with separate set of re-goals, which by adding some of the sub-goals which were missed in the previous one. So this is a refined HTA for making tea. One of the purposes of the task analysis, that means the uses of the task analysis, is to help the production of training materials and documentation. Where a new computer system is required, the task analysis also contributes to the statement of requirement of this system. The scope of task analysis is quite wide, we would say. The task analysis is there specifically to recognize the importance of the user. It is therefore tending to look more at the observable behavior of the users than their internal mental state. So we have some major categorizations of the different uses of task analysis. The first one is manuals and tuition. Over here, in the earliest techniques, the task analysis were aimed at teaching novices how to perform a task specifically for military training. For example, how to disassemble and clean a rifle. Training had to be quick and efficient. The use of task analysis as a part of the discipline of HCI is somewhat different, but training is still an important application. The hierarchical structure of the HTA can be used to structure manuals or a course material. For example, we want to write a beginner's manual. So we want to write a beginner's manual on tea making based on the hierarchical task analysis. So we can create a manual and help for analysis of the task. The next one is uses requirements and design. So requirements capture and system design. The task analysis can be used to guide the design of new systems. The requirements capture is the process of prompting what the system wants to do or what the system is supposed to do. It lifts the focus from the system to use. It suggests candidates for automation and uncovers users' conceptual model. The task analysis of an existing system can help in two ways. Firstly, the analyst can ask which of the existing objects or tasks, etc., should be in the new system. And secondly, the formalized presentation of the existing state of affairs may help the client to clarify what the novel features are to be. Okay, so this is about the requirements capture and system design, how the task analysis is going to help in. The detailed interface design. So taxonomies of tasks or objects may be used in the design of menus. Okay, so taxonomies are suggested for menu layouts. Object or action list suggests interface objects. Task frequencies guides default choices. Existing task sequences guide dialogue design. Top level menus can be labeled after the top level decomposition and sub menus after the next level. So in terms of menu layout, this may help. An alternative menu layout can be based around roles and then task into role. Again, for such a layout, it is likely that a particular action is found under several roles or tasks. Note that task analysis is never complete. It's a rigid task-based design and for inflexible system.